r/AskReddit, what's the most devastating thing your spouse/partner/so has ever said to you? Me, are you cheating on me? Yes. Mine would never admit to cheating even to this day. Hotel receipt and eyewitness to them being there. I'm not sure I understand why he wouldn't admit it. Even now. There is nothing else to lose. You have my heart but she has my soul. They had never met in person. We had been together for 11 years, married for 8. They went on to say they were connected by their souls and could tell when the other needed them. It was utter bullshit. Their relationship didn't last after our divorce. Yikes. Sounds like his soul wound up in the Goodwill reject bin where it belongs. I'm sure it was a rough road for you, but the idea of your ex-husband sitting there alone after leaving you for his online soulmate makes me cackle. I don't want to be the girl who got with the guy that no one else wanted. Don't worry, you won't be. That's terrible. I'm sorry she said that to you. What an asshole. No wonder your ex beat the shit out of you. And a ton of more terrible things over the course of 10 years that I don't want to remember right now. I filed for divorce in October. And GT, no wonder your ex beat the shit out of you. I've gotten that one too. Or the you're such a damn loser that's why you have no friends and no one comes to see you. I'm on the verge of filing for divorce. My ex-husband one day said he was going for a haircut and never came home and didn't answer his phone for 6 hours. When he finally answered he said I didn't really go for a haircut, I left and I'm not coming back. I'm staying here with my mistress and the baby we have together. After my siblings tried to screw me out of an inheritance, my husband blamed me for the whole mess and then told me he would have never married me if he'd known what a dysfunctional mess of a family I had. We'd been married 20 years at that point. Ew. I love my husband every day more for protecting me from my fucked up family and vice versa. Hope you're okay, that's messed up. I can only hope that one day you meet the same fate your sister did. My sister died in a car accident. In front of my kids, said mom married up. I married down way down. Then pretended to laugh and say just kidding. My kids saw me start crying and I had to leave the house for a few hours, I was so hurt. I am a fully grown adult and I still sometimes remember with a pang the times my father was casually cruel like this to my mother in front of us, me, and my sister. We were 5 and 7 when they divorced. I'm just worried you'll get into prostitution again. I wasn't into prostitution, I was trafficked when I was 16. Oh no, I'm so sorry. You deserve better. My ex-fiancé. Saying I love you and being near you makes me physically sick. It's the thing that has convinced me that I will never find love, because he doted on me and loved me so much in the beginning, then that breakup over text. Him being a liar and a coward has nothing to do with you. I want to have more kids, just not with you. I know it was only meant to hurt me, and it did, but it was the final straw for me. I filed for divorce the next day. So basically he went to get cigarettes, but even worse. Damn, that's cold, what the fuck. Good for you. I hope you are doing better these days. You know that song Jolene? She's Jolene, you're not. Well, that just means you're Dolly Parton, which seems like a great compliment to me. You know the person who isn't Jolene is the queen herself, Dolly Parton, right? So wear that with pride, fuck Jolene LOL. We had been living together for a few years and one night after coming home from dinner she goes into our room and grabs a suitcase that's already packed. I haven't loved you for the last year or so. I'm leaving. Book that hurt to read. I know how it feels to just lose everything in a second. Hope you are better now. I deserve to fuck other women. Apparently in his mind, the traditional gift for a second-year wedding anniversary was polybombing to cover up for a year's worth of cheating. Let me do this so I don't cheat on you. Not much of a choice with that one. Freaking hurtful. Polybombing. I'm so glad there's a term for it nowadays. My ex's parting shot, you are fat, scarred, and ugly. After 6 years together I never meant for it to get serious. My ex said, you're a fat, ugly whore. And I said, and yet here you are begging me not to leave you. I don't get it. He literally told me all the reasons why I was such a terrible wife and in the same breath tried convincing me to not leave him. Made no sense. I love you, but death is calling and I can't ignore him anymore. Oh, my heart, I'm so sorry. I have mildly outy lady parts. My ex, pretty early into the relationship, asked me one morning, what happened to your vagina? Did someone bite you? Or did you just have a lot of sex? Never got over that one. My pediatrician told me I had abnormal sized labia. It wasn't till a guy I dated in 2019 who didn't make me feel weird about it. She told me, the doctor said the cancer's advanced, 3 weeks later, and my best for over 40 years and the mother of my children was gone. Cancer is a bitch. My father went through several rounds of chemo, cancer was virtually gone, then it came back just a couple weeks later. This was back in July and he passed in November. I'm sorry for your loss. My ex-fiancée said that nobody would ever love her as much as I did, but that it wasn't enough. She left our relationship after 5.5 years, left our engagement, our apartment, and the cat we have together to be with someone 10 years younger than her. At least you still have the cat. My husband said, when you numb yourself you numb me too, and the next day I quit drinking cold turkey for a few years. Now I'm practicing careful moderation. I'm glad he said it though, I really needed that. EDA, thank you for the kind words and skepticism alike, it's all appreciated. Ugh, feel that one. After almost 5 years I'm super attracted to you, but I just don't feel anything, and I've been leading you on for a long time because it's easier, but after I ghosted you for a couple months I realized I'm a lot happier without you in my life. To anyone reading this, alcohol withdrawal can kill you. Always seek medical help when quitting. He blamed me for ruining his friendship with his best friend. This best friend raped me and convinced him and all our friends that I was lying about it. For someone who spends every waking moment thinking about himself, you're really not very good at it. All the more devastating because she was 100% correct. My now ex, who knew I'd been S8 as a teen, told me 2 years after we got married that he couldn't deal with it and that I was damaged goods. It doesn't matter when I did it. My ex-husband, after finding out he was signed up for multiple dating sites and soliciting prostitutes, while my father was being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and when I am in serious pain I obviously limp and take my time on the stairs. One day while arguing he mocked me by limping down the stairs. To this day it's one of the most cruel things anyone's ever done to me. It was so much more painful than any violence I ever took at his hands. My ex constantly made fun of my weight. I had an eating disorder that I got help for after it nearly took me out. I went from 70 pounds to a healthy 120. And he went from making skinny jokes to fat jokes. He was truly a miserable bastard, and I told him that much when I left. Happy for you, now that you're away from him. Relationships are not a place for body shaming. I'm not proud of this, but I was really depressed, and I told my partner that sometimes I'd prefer to not be here anymore, and he said don't be, nobody cares. It broke me in a million pieces. If it helps any, nobody here, probably, cares about what that guy thinks. I'm sorry things sucked for you this much, though. I hope he's an ex now. I'm going to die, this is where I am going to die. My girlfriend said this to me a few hours before suffering brain death from a sinus infection. Got my breast implants removed because they were making me sick, and he was awful to me the entire trip out of town to have surgery. On day of surgery he told me, I feel like I'm going to a funeral. I just wanted to feel good again. Fuck that guy. I hope you are feeling better. He used every single one of my insecurities against me in an argument. He also once told me how I must like getting diddled by my stepfather growing up. My stepfather tried, and I told my mom, who didn't believe me. He told me that he is going on a sex tour in January. Basically that the past 3 years I've met nut and he would ditch me to fuck a whole bunch of women or men. I don't know what's harder to read through, some of the comments or not be able to even type my answer out. Wishing y'all the best. Hope love has been better to you, hope life has as well. Y'all deserve better, and even though y'all are strangers, sending out some love to y'all. It's crazy when we hurt in silence sometimes. It can be the hardest. Much love, everyone. Totally feel you here. I've written and deleted a reply multiple times. I hope you're doing okay, pal. You're broken, you weren't supposed to leave. I picked you because you were never supposed to leave. You're going to end up alone. Pretty much came true. After we broke up my friends also started dropping like flies. So I am alone. It's better to be alone than being abused. In reality every person is alone. Some are better at surrounding themselves with friends, but in our head we're always alone. Good job on leaving. Also it's in your power to make new and good friends. Whenever you are ready. Honestly, this seems the most painful of all of these. I am so sorry. OMG, was she in the hospital or seeking medical intervention? This is so striking and sad. I have heard from nurses that people are actually eerily good at predicting their own deaths. When somebody tells you they're going to die, they are probably correct. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.